Hello and welcome to Heal Anxiety and Awaken Your Inner Goddess, Part 2. I'm really excited to be here to be sharing this with you. So this is Part 2, and Part 2 is about awakening your inner goddess. So this will be about aligning to the energy of the Divine Feminine. And the second part will be a meditation to help you to relax and to allow this energy to blossom within you. So I'm just checking the video. Yes, that's fine. So let's start. I wanted to start by just calling in my higher self and your higher self. So if you'd like to close your eyes for a few minutes and just place your attention on your womb. I call in the goddess Isis. I call in the goddess Sekhmet. I call in my higher self, and I call in the higher selves of all the sisters that view this video and all of their personal goddesses. And I thank you for being here and allowing us to receive this knowledge that has been passed down for many years. Now, if you'd like to open your eyes. So, let's first of all look at the Divine Feminine and what that means exactly. So I came across a book called A Call to Power by Sharon McCurlane. I really love this book, and it's a fantastic book about the Divine Feminine. And in it, she describes the Divine Feminine and this energy as the energy of rest, the energy of renewal, the energy of walking into space and allowing, or being in the energy of space and just allowing your creative inspirations to bubble up and come into your awareness. And then you have the masculine, and the masculine is the energy of just doing and more doing and achieving. And in that energy, there doesn't really seem to be much time for rest. It's just you're doing and you're achieving, and that is where you're at. So this book called A Call to Power, the 13 Grandmothers Speak. Sharon McCurlane, just to give you a little bit more background, she's a qualified psychologist, and she received guidance from her spirit teachers who came to her in the form of 13 grandmothers. And they have been advising her and guiding her of how to help women align to the energy of the Divine Feminine. So what she says, or what they say in this book, is that the energy of the masculine overshadows the Divine Feminine, and so there is a imbalance. So what they advise is that we need to spend more time in this energy of relaxation, this energy of renewing ourselves. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in this video. So for me, how do I move into the energy of the Divine Feminine? Well, for me, it all centers around my monthly period, or my moon flow. And what I gift to myself is a few days, 2 days, maybe 3 days of space to just rest and relax and do really fun things. And I think if you just allow yourself to feel what it is like going into your moon flow, then you may notice that you feel really tired, and that all you want to do is actually stop. And for me, I created space in my life by asking my husband to maybe take on some more jobs in the house, spending more time myself in meditation, or just reading a relaxing book, having some more long baths, sitting there with my journal. And so that is, for me, that's how I move into the space of the divine feminine, to really ground that energy. And then after that time, what I found is that by giving myself that space, my journal becomes full of all of these creative ideas. And then I can just spend a little bit of time actually planning how I'm going to execute those ideas, and then actually implementing them. And so in this way, you're able to balance the energy of the divine feminine with the energy of the masculine, and therefore it becomes healthier and more in harmony, so that you are more in harmony too. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about how my personal goddess came into my life. And this may be a journey that you're already on, so some of it may actually resonate with you already, but I just thought you might like to hear it. So a few years ago, I was in Glastonbury, and I was just about to run a goddess retreat. So I was preparing for that, and I walked into this music shop, and in this music shop there was this music which was a chanting almost, and a singing, celebrating the goddess Isis. And I remember hearing it and thinking, oh yeah, fine, it's Isis. And I knew about Isis and I knew about Osiris, but I had no direct connection with them. They were just goddesses and a god that were from Egypt, and that was it. So let me just check that this camera is still fixed on here. It's fine. So I was just, I heard it, but I kind of just zoned it out and didn't think any more of it. So then, as I'm still looking for objects that I was actually going to use in my goddess retreat, I then wandered into a bookshop and I picked up some books about goddesses, and the first page I turned to was about Isis. And I thought, okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here, but I'm just going to go with it and just see what happens. And then I had planned to go on a visit to Chalice Wells, which is a beautiful garden in Glastonbury that has some gorgeous yew trees. And the energy of it is so grounding. And so it's just a beautiful space. It's a beautiful space to go and have a picnic and just really sink into the energy of Gaia. So I went along to Chalice Wells and I was just wandering around, and then they have various fountains there. And I looked at one of the fountains and I saw this stone, and it had a picture on it, and I wandered up to the stone. I was like, oh, that's pretty. And so I went and I had a look, and I just left it there, because as far as I was concerned, it was an offering or a blessing to the fountain, or the spirit of the fountain, or Gaia. I just didn't know. And then as I'm wandering around, I keep on hearing, go back to this fountain. And I was just, all I heard was, as I got to the fountain, was pick up the stone. And I was like, I can't pick up the stone. It's sacred. It's an offering to the spirit of the fountain. And it was like, no, pick up the stone. Pick up the stone. And I walked away again, and I kept on hearing the same voice saying to me to pick up the stone. And then I went back again, and I walked around and walked around. And then eventually I picked up the stone and I put it in my pocket. And I did not know what the picture was, but I just felt really embarrassed to be taking this stone from the Chalice Wells. And well, I was just really embarrassed to be taking this stone from the Chalice Wells. And so when I got home, I then took it out of my pocket and looked at it. And because I'd been hearing about Goddess Isis all this time, I looked for pictures of her, and the picture of Goddess Isis was exactly the picture on this stone. And I was just, wow. So after that, I actually started to meditate with her, and I started to read up more about her myths and look at what crystals she wore. And one of the crystals that she wears is lapis lazuli, which is a crystal that I absolutely love. And I also started to look at the colours that she wore as well. And in this way, I started to wear those crystals and wear the colours more often to help me align with the energy of Goddess Isis, and to help me to receive her guidance, and to really just to align with her energy. So I think that is as much as I wanted to share with you about the Divine Feminine. And there's one other point that I wanted to raise, and that is about being on your monthly flow in those first few days. Now, a while back, before I had my children, I used to have really severe pains, cramping pains during that time. And I looked into some remedies that would help me. And one of the homeopathic remedies that I took, or two of them that I took, was one called magnesium phosphate and another called cholesynthesis. And they really helped to relax the muscles in my womb, so that the actual process of my moon flow would be more harmonious. So I think that's all I wanted to say for now. And I'm going to guide you into a meditation to help you align with your inner goddess and align with the Divine Feminine. So if you would like to close your eyes and just make yourself comfortable in your seat, or if you want to lie down, whatever makes you most comfortable. If you could take a few deep breaths for me. Just breathe in deeply into your tummy and draw in long, deep breaths. And with each breath you take, you become more and more relaxed. Just keep breathing into your tummy, into your womb. Now imagine there is a sun, a bright sun, at your heart. Visualize that sun at your heart. And the sun burns brightly, so bright. And as you take each breath, the sun rays dissolve any thoughts or worries or tensions that are in your mind. And allow those beautiful rays to dissolve any tensions in your shoulders. And allow the beautiful, strong sun rays to dissolve any thoughts or worries from your back. And see them melting away. Maintaining that beautiful sun at your heart. Notice how any tensions or thoughts in your chest just dissolve and melt away with those sun rays. Now imagine that those beautiful sun rays dissolve and melt away any tensions in your tummy. Now imagine those gorgeous sun rays melt away any tensions in your thighs and your hips. And renewing that beautiful sun. Just imagine it melting away any further tensions, any further worries, any further thoughts from your aura. It allows these tensions and thoughts and worries to dissolve and melt away. Now place your attention on your womb. Just allow it to sit on your womb and imagine this space. Just imagine there is an orange orb, just like a juicy tangerine. And with each breath in that you take, you fill this orb. Now, if you'd like to place your hands on your tummy, so you can imagine your orange orb filling up with beautiful orange light with each breath in that you take. And say silently to yourself, I send blessings to my womb. I send blessings to my womb. And if you are comfortable with this, can you say, I send love and blessings to my womb? Just continue with the mantra. I send love and blessings to my womb. And if you are uncomfortable with that, just say, I send blessings to my womb. Now, if you would like to allow the next mantra to be your last one, and if you would like to become aware of the sounds that are around you, and when you're ready, if you would like to bring your awareness back into the room, and when you're ready, open your eyes. And just take a few deep breaths into your womb in this space. So, when I first did this meditation, my womb glowed. So that's it for today. If these two videos, this course has resonated with you, I run a Facebook group called Divine Sisterhood, Healing Anxiety and More, where I share more information and stories and tips of how to align with the energy of the Divine Feminine, how to connect in with your inner goddess and to hear her guidance and her wisdom, and how to calm the anxiety so you become more peaceful. The Facebook group is called Divine Sisterhood, Healing Anxiety and More, and there is a link below. Wishing you lots of love and blessings.